Mhm.
Katie is saying, I agree with you that Hinduism and Hindutva are slightly different. What are the differences according to you? Oh
To
my
me?
word. Well, this is not nearly my area of expertise, right? This is something I'm still learning. I mean, I
And
think you know more about this than me, Katie. I mean, my understanding of Hinduness, or no, Hindutva, is that it literally means like Hinduness. It's about the establishment of a Hindu identity, whereas Hinduism may have just been kind of a practice, but maybe not a solid identity. I don't know. People correct me.
okay, here's the way you could look at it. I know this is not accurate. Don't come at me. This is not accurate. But the the difference the pretend difference between Islam and Islamism, that it does not exist, because Islam is political by nature.
Mm,
So Islam and Islamism, there's no difference between them. I see that difference actually does exist between Hinduism and Hindutva. Okay, so if you political, Hindutva is more political than Hinduism, and Hinduism,
and
yeah, there's
militant.
some. I mean, Hinduism does have some politics in it, to be fair, right? But it's not political by, like, all of it is not political. Also, Hindutva is kind of more modern nationalistic. Like, okay, so Hinduism, the idea of a nation state is a modern concept, but proto nations existed before nation state was a concept, right? A lot of you know for example, a lot of people consider Iran and India naturally a nation before the concept of nation was a thing. Like, people had an understanding that this is Iran, this is India. Okay, so they were proto nations, like, even though they were not really nations. So Hinduism, technically, you could say had some sense of nationality in it, even though there were nation states were not even a thing back then. But because it was tied to a land, just like Zoroastrianism was tied to a land, did had that element into it. But Hindutva is more connected to the idea of a nation state, with the modern understanding of a nation state. So it's more political. It's more in line with promoting a nation and creating an identity for a nation, with the more modern understanding of what a nation state is, rather than the Hinduism's connection to a land, which was more connected to the more ancient understanding of what a land is, and what the ethnicity of the people are, and what the identity of the people are back then, right? There's a lot of parallels between the idea of Hindutva as a political movement, in my opinion. And again, these are all generalizations. Don't come at me. With the movement in Israel in trying to make Judaism. So we have three definitions for Judaism. They're separate, and three definitions for Hindu. They're separate. We have ethnicity, we have culture, and we have religion. Okay, and I think in India, the push for making a fourth definition, this Hinduness, as a national identity, so much so that you could see that there's even a suggestion where non-Hindus can be accepted as having a Hindu identity by accepting this. So you're creating something that you could accept as, if you want to be India, you have to have some Hinduness in you, right? So that's Hindutva is promoting that. And you can see that in Israel as well. They're adding a fourth definition of what it means to be a Jew. You have the three traditional definitions: ethnicity, culture, or religion. This idea of, if you want to, this is by the way, this push is by far right in both India and in Israel, trying to sell the idea of being a Hindu as a Jew as a national identity rather than ethnicity or religion or culture, and suggesting that maybe even Arabs could be Jews. Again, I know this is confusing to a lot of people, and this is like, what the hell are you talking about? But no, this is like an accepting a national identity. And this is very dangerous, because what you're suggesting is that you're creating a tier system, like a dual lower class citizen and an upper class citizen, like second class citizen, as a way. If you want to be an Israeli, you have to accept the Jewish identity. even if you're not a Jew. Or if you want to be accept the Indian identity, if you want to be considered a full Indian citizen, accepting the Hindu identity. So this is like this is a way to go from pretending that you are tolerant, but slowly moving towards creating an ethno state. And basically that's a very different thing from what Hinduism as a religion or as a culture is. Like, so they're very, very different, but they use as an excuse, as an identity, as the symbolism of it, and the the culture of it, as it's mostly a design, mostly a PR, mostly a paint shop of a political movement. So it doesn't, in that aspect, I don't think they share that much, other than the way it looks and feels and smells. Looks Hindu, sounds Hindu, smells Hindu, but at the end, at the core, it's a completely different thing. It's a political movement with a completely different agenda. Anyways, that's my take on it. It could be completely, tell me if I'm full of crap, or if I'm on point or somewhere in between. Yeah, like I said, Hinduism, I was very clear about this. I didn't say Hinduism doesn't have politics, right? Hinduism also has I said that right from the beginning. So Katie's saying Hinduism also has politics, but it's mostly focuses on the family and society. I would say Hindutva is expansionist Hinduism. Yeah, but Hindutva is political to the core, right? So I don't know if it's expansionist Hinduism, because it's like there's so many different things that are different about it. But yeah, sure. One difference. Let's be fair to Hindutva. One difference that Hindutva want to advertise, like they try to, like sometimes they act like it's the same, sometimes they act like they're different. But the thing that they like to market about Hindutva the most,
they don't behead people.
No.
Well, they do like to market that.
Yeah, but that's Hindus as well. No, I'm talking about one thing that okay, actually, here's a guess for you. What is it that Hindutva points out as something that might make them, they don't spell it out, but you could be seen as a difference between Hindutva and Hinduism that Hindutva do like to promote often? They're against. Hindutva is against. Yes. Hindutva is against the caste system. I think you know what? Even if you disagree with me, you have to agree that was pretty good. Like, a lot of people in India agree with what I just said. Even if you disagree with me, that was pretty good. Come on, somebody give me some Indians in the live chat. Give me some recognition here. Come on. Oh, that analysis was pretty good. Yeah, anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, like I need some recognition for that right now. I you know what? If you're not impressed, I'm gonna tell you. I was just impressed. Okay, I am very impressed right now with what I just said. So I don't give a crap if you're not.
You do all the congratulating you need.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of blasphemy and sexy Kali, like me, then that means that you probably want more blasphemous art. Well, I have good news for you. If you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below, then you get a free booklet of some of the tastiest blasphemous art available today. So, if you want some of this delicious blasphemy, and we're so generous that we update it for you guys weekly for free, all you have to do is sign up for our newsletter below. You can also go to blasphemousart.com/ebook. That's blasphemousart.com/ebook. Sign up with your email, and you get free gifts of this tasty blasphemy. What could be better? So make sure you sign up. Link below.